Hi friends. Today, I watched a movie of Salman Khan and it made me click that why not do a horoscope of Salman Khan? He is such a big hero. We all like him. We really cherish his all charming acting, quirky moves, his actions, drama, all that he does with his props and things like that. It's so visual delight. It's so nice. It's very nice. It's so likable, and at the same time, he's such a good actor. He really does justify with his work in profession. But at the same time, a question I thought arose in my mind that why he lands up into the controversies and some really major issues in his life. There are some we all know, obviously through the news, that he lands up into the very difficult situation at times. He has a certain number of cases against him. Now, why this is hovering over his head over past some time? So that angle only I wanted to discuss. We all know he's a famous person. He has been ruling the Bollywood, and he is liked by the children, the women, the men. Everybody likes him. He is liked by all. But what that you know planetary combination that makes him little bit careless, or sometimes he attracts the problems into his life. So let's discuss that. Well, he is an Aries ascendant. Now we all know that Aries is ruled by Mars, and this ascendant lord Mars is sitting in his 10th house. Now what does it do? First of all, ascendant, what is ascendant? Ascendant is you, as in person you, how people perceive you, how when they look at you, what do they derive of you. In one meeting, how I talk, what I look, and what people think of me, what they take home after looking at me, is your ascendant. Ascendant is your first sign, your lagna. Now that house is ruled by sign Aries, which is ruled by Mars. Now definitely Mr. Salman Khan is ruled by Mars, and this Mars stands for what? It stands for action, aggressiveness. It's a hot planet, it's a fiery planet, and aggressive planet, impulsive planet. Now all these qualities are bestowed upon his personality, and that is what we perceive when we look at him. He's definitely a short-tempered person. He's hot-tempered person. He's aggressive, impulsive, and his life involves a lot of action. So the predominant flavor of his ascendant is ruled by Mars, and this Mars is sitting in his 10th house of career, profession. It is the 10th house stands for what? It stands for the karma, the action that I will do will fetch me my bread. Now that is ruled by 10th house. We have to see that 10th house is ruled by what and who is sitting there. Now in that 10th house we have his ascendant lord Mars, and the Mars in the 10th house is very good for his profession, because Mars, Sun, Saturn, these planets do very well in the 10th house as far as the profession and the career is related. Why? Because when we go out and for work, or when we work, there is some kind of energy and action and aggression is required when we are working out. When we are doing a kind of a job, all these qualities are important to get the results. So in a way, it is very good for him. And we also know that action and drama is what is his bread. So this is why Mars is getting the full directional strength in this house and helping him a lot in his career. And mind you, this 10th house is Capricorn sign, where Mars is sitting. Now Mars gets exalted in the sign of Capricorn. That means he is getting all the help required in the house of career, because Mars is getting exalted here. Exalted means it's in its highest spirit, or in it's an environment where it is most happy. So the professionally he is very happy. Professionally everything is very good. Mars, the kind of career he's in, and the Mars features, characteristics are helping him a lot. But at the same time, we find that Venus is also conjunct Mars in the 10th house. Now, what Venus is? Venus, well, stands for, we all know it stands for luxury in life and all the things of beauty that we like. The objects of beauty and the opposite sex, the people, the women folks actually, and the vehicles that we drive, they all are ruled by Venus. Now, Venus and Mars when coming together, see, as I said, Mars is very good here in Capricorn, exalted in the 10th house. But Venus is getting a very, harsh treatment here because of Mars' presence here. Now, Mars is giving aggression, is giving the, a rub effect to the very, this soft planet Venus here. So, Venus is getting a kind of, say, harsh treatment here. It's not a very good conjunction of Venus Mars in the 10th house. Now Venus, as I said, stands for cars also, vehicles also. So fast driving, harsh driving, rash driving, meeting with accidents, the you can say discordial relationships or fights with the opposite sex is unavoidable. He cannot leave it. It just can't happen that he is having a very cordial relationship with the women folks. Why? Because his fightful nature will, one or the other day, will come out, and it will spoil the Venus, either the beauty or the women in his life. So that is why we find maybe he is unmarried till now, and he has a car accident case. He had actually, he's out of it, but he had this trouble as well. So he had a car accident, what Venus stands for, because of the Mars aggression that is coming into the picture. Again, he never had good relationship with the women folks because of the Venus is getting again a harsh treatment from the Mars. And he should actually be very careful whenever he's driving or he's traveling, because it can be actually fatal for him. Alright, and next thing is he has the Saturn and the Moon. This conjunction is also happening in the 11th house. Now, what is the 11th house? 11th house is the house of social circle, our social circle. We have our friends and the big organizations and the gains in our life and the help that we get from our seniors or our mentors. So 11th house is also the big brother. Now, this 11th house is having Saturn there. Interestingly, Saturn is in 11 number Rashi, that is the Aquarius, which is its own sign. So Saturn in the 11th house in the Aquarius sign, which is its Mool Trikona Rashi, is very good for his income. He will never shortfall of any kind of income. He will keep having project one after the another, and they will fetch him a lot of money. He will never fall short of gains. It will always be gains for him. First of all, a malefic planet like Saturn is sitting in the 11th house. It's very good. It is very good for him to be always liquid in terms of money, always gainsamely employed, always having gains from one or the other sources. It's very good. For the monetary aspect, it's very good. The catch here is that Moon has come in close conjunction in the 11th house. Moon and Saturn. Saturn, we know, stands for what? It stands for the cold behavior or coldness. Saturn is a very cold planet. It's very far in the, if you know the solar system, it's the farthest planet, and it's a cold planet. So if we talk about the the characteristic of this planet, then it is a pessimistic planet. It's a very work-oriented planet. It is a planet which represents the lot of thinking, lot of it can be tensed with regard to the work. This planet is not happy planet. Saturn is not a very happy planet. It is a planet which will keep reminding you, work one after the another, because it's a planet of work, job. Saturn actually represents the servant in the planetary cabinet. So the mindset of a servant is always like, I have to finish this, I have to finish that, I have to finish that. There's a lot of work. Okay, I left this halfway. I have to finish that tomorrow. I have to give that. So that mindset Saturn gives. is coming in conjunction with moon. Moon is our mind, my mind. Moon is our mind, how we think, uh, what will make me relaxed, my thought process. So that, and mind is very, it's a very soft organ, and it get influenced very easily with whatever is close to it. If there is a heat around me, I will suddenly, my mind will say, oh, it's hot. If there is cold around me, I will suddenly say, oh, it's very cold. And if somebody getting angry, is somewhere in my vicinity, I will also get some temper high. So mind is quickly, it quickly gets aroused with the whatever is happening around us. Now what happens, that when this Saturn and moon are together, now the Saturn influences the moon, it engrosses it, and it tells it that you have to finish this work, that work, anxiety, the coldness with whatever you have achieved. There is a kind of unsatiatedness, unsatisfiedness with regard to whatever you have done in your life, and it will never make you feel, a happy person. It will not be happy. Overall, it will always make you anxious, troublesome mind. So this is what Saturn and Moon conjunction does when they are together. So he will definitely be having this kind of nature, whereby he's always in a perpetual thinking mood with regard to his work. So so this was my small little analysis on our dear Salman Khan, and hope you like it. Thank you for watching the video. Bye bye.